Hey all, 118 Set Shadow here. We had quite a run up on a few items since the last market watch, and today we're going to be talking about a few of those. And let's go ahead and get started then. So, first item for today, you can see I've got both Goblin and Goblin Princess up, because apparently if I just type in Goblin, I will get all the Goblins. But for some reason I didn't get the Goblin King, which is weird. In any case, Goblin Princess is the one I want to talk about first, where this is a pretty good generic neutral to use for use with either Rush when you want to pick up goblins, or you can use it to pick up bell ringers from your deck. And I just wanted to point out how set 4 has gotten about a week's worth of print, and so we are still at 90 cents base for the Evo of this one with a market price of 96 cents. I mean, I imagine you can see this get played as 1 or 2 for the base form, but the Evo, it's questionable if you even play it sometimes, as it only gives you the Goblin King token, but I wouldn't put it down given the Goblin King token himself is pretty strong as a 6/6 ward. In any case, it is close to $1 for a silver, so just something to keep in mind for the Evo. Now on to one of the bigger predictions I had for this set. Mars Silent Flame General has run up in value on the base form and is now pretty aligned with its super legendary. The base price is $19.25 while the super legendary's base price is currently $20. And the evolved form has actually gone a little further down than its market price. Not by that much though. The base form is currently $5.95 with a market price of $6.99. The super legendary of the evolved form is $12 base, which is higher than its market price of $9.28. Overall though, every single copy has less than 10 listings available, so it is running low on the market right now. Something that did get bought out though is the super legendary of Giant Chimera. The Daria Giant Chimera build is pretty popular for the start of set 4, where we're only at 10 listings on the regular legendary as well. $6.24 to start with a market price of $7.08, and the market price on the super legendary of Giant Chimera is $16.05. So a pretty decent value overall, and we'll just have to see where it goes from there. Also want to bring Daria back up, given that similar to Mars, we're starting to see some alignment on the regular rarity versus the super legendary. Now the base price on the base form is $17.70. The evolved is at $12. Both of them have a market price under $10 right now, but their listings are very low. 4 listings on the base form and 8 listings on the Evo. And the super legendaries are currently $20.96 and $19.23. Both of them are a little lower than their current market prices, but the fact that the legendaries are starting to catch up on price, it's best to start paying attention to the super legendaries as well. Here's a surprise that I did not expect though. Masquerade Ghost got bought out. This is from set 3 and is used with ghost strategies for Abyss. The regular legendary now has a base price of $8.80, while the evolved form is now $3.99 base. That one is still underneath its market price, so I'm actually a little surprised on that one. But the super legendaries are still $8 and $7.60 respectively. Well, $7.99 on the base form, but those are also a little lower or just downright lower than their market prices. So to see that, actually, let me take a look at the available listing count. So the super legendaries, we start from $8.98, basically $8 with a few copies. The super legendary of the Evo, $7.60 to $7.85 for the first few. Then we've got $8.80, to $8 with shipping. And the evolved form, let's see, $4. Yeah, we basically get to $5 with that. So Masquerade Ghost is moving. It's getting some value in there. So if you need to pick this up, just keep that in mind. You might want to pick up the super legendary instead. Myono Top Gun, the foil version of this card. This is not a very heavily played card, but I do want to point out that the foil has been going up in value and is currently selling for 2 to almost 250. And available listings right now, most of them are consolidated around $2.30. And we do have a number of listings for under that $2 mark, but then they start to spike up, or they just have a high shipping tag associated with them. So it's not as easy to pick up this foil anymore if you were still looking for it. Tia saw a buyout too, where now the legendary and the super legendary are much higher in price for the base form, at $20.20 for the regular legendary and $29.30 for the super legendary. Their current market prices are sitting at $10.62 and $15.42. Not much has happened on the Evo though, and when it comes to available quantities, there are only 2 listings available for both the base forms, legendary and super legendary. Oh, and it looks like the base legendary has been really consolidated and bought out. Basically $18.99. And then there are some basically this card just got bought out and heavily consolidated in the market. And the same actually goes for the super legendary. 8 copies for the first one, which is at $29.30. After that, it's just 1 copy with a $5 shipping tag for basically $35 altogether when you consider that. Ancient Elf is also running low on quantity for the base form. 3 listings left for the regular legendary and 4 for the super legendary. It's still under $10. Thankfully, this set has been printed, has had more reprints, so that should keep it afloat for some time. But the low listings don't have that many quantities available, and there's only one that has a $2 shipping tag, and after that, it's actually a $13, $15 regular legendary, while the super legendary still has $15 listings, but only 2 of them when you consider shipping. The Evo is still very easy to pick up, at least for the regular legendary. That's $1 to $1.50. But then if you take a look at the super legendary of the Evo, that one is also rising in price and is now $8.90 base price. Dark Angel Olivia has overall just kind of settled down from its hype days and now has a base price of $31.49, which is a little above its market price. But the super legendary is still up there with a price tag of $60 with a market price of $70.97. Taking a look at them in a bit more detail. Yeah, we've got 31 to 34. Yeah, so I guess even if I say that it's not as hyped as before, it's still over a $30 card if you want to pick it up. So that's still not really cheap. The Abysscraft starter deck has been completely sold out on TCG Player. No listings left, and the last several that sold were actually at the beginning of the month on the 7th and 8th at $16 a piece. Overall, the market price has been on a decline, but there just aren't any quantities left, so not sure what happened on that front. And our last item for today is going to be Pinion Prayer, which comes out of the Havencraft starter deck. This one, I talked about it once, but good to talk about it again, as it's $5.97 base price, and it has been selling a little sporadically for $6. And all the current quantities available are $6 with a shipping tag added as well. But 16 listings for or 16 copies for $5.97, and after that it just hits $6 essentially. This card has spiked up high, but do keep in mind that you do get 3 of these in the deck itself, and the deck currently runs for $12 with a lot of decks on the market. So you might want to consider just picking up the deck instead, since it'll also come with cards like Acolyte Light, which also run above $5 right now. Not to mention, a few of these cards should also be getting reprinted in the Glory Finder deck, but that isn't coming until July, so that will be a while. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.